In other massive YouTuber news, H3 Podcast has been banned for a week. I know this might shock the world as this news hits, but don't you worry. I mean, this situation absolutely reeks of drama. There's lots of pettiness, offensiveness, and drama. So today we're obviously talking about H3's interesting joke the other day on the H3 Podcast that resulted in him being banned for a week from YouTube. Now, I won't repeat the joke, but I will allow Ben Shapiro to say the joke, seeing as this video is allowed on YouTube, so I will allow that video to be played on my channel.
There is, as we mentioned yesterday on the show, a YouTuber who I frankly had been unfamiliar with named Ethan Klein. And on his show, he suggested that he was joking. He said that if there was another Holocaust, I should be gassed first. Which is not a wonderful thing to say. As I said on the show yesterday, I would hope that in another Holocaust he and his family escape, because I'm not a terrible person.
So that was the joke that Ethan Klein thought that was acceptable to say on stream. Now, I think it's an edgy joke for sure, but I have no right or any position here to say whether or not you should be allowed to say it. Maybe it's a bit too far. At the same time, like, in fact, that's what Ethan Klein's known for. So it's not like his viewership demographic is really going to be offended by that, seeing as it's coming from someone who is Jewish themselves. So I think it was very interesting thing to see develop. I understand that it was harassment, and I can see how it comes under the term, on YouTube, harassment and bullying. So I don't really blame YouTube for making that decision. However, there are some other decisions that I thought were a bit odd that we'll go into. Yeah, that's Ben Shapiro's take on it. Then I thought I'd go through Ethan's tweets because, I mean, I thought the backwards and forwards from those two were really interesting. And I'm not here to give you my 2 cents on it really. I'm just trying to tell you what happens so you don't have to go looking for it, and not understanding what's going on. Ethan tweets, a few white supremacists successfully lobbied YouTube to suspend me, a Jewish dual citizen of Israel and USA, for anti-Semitism. Ben Shapiro and friends can virtue signal all they want, but ultimately they are the ones platforming dangerous anti-Semites. All I did was point it out. Yes, it is strange to see him with not only Jewish dual citizenship of Israel and USA being banned for anti-Semitism. However, I maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like wasn't the ban harassment and bullying? I feel like if you have a joke that basically is like wishing ill health on someone else that is on the platform, I feel like that is grounds for a ban. If it's serious, like, I know it was a joke, but it's still, I think it's a bit too far. That's my take. I just think it's slightly too far. And a week ban isn't really anything to cry about, to be honest. I understand that it's a whole show being shut down for a week, but at the same time, it's like, you can survive, and you will survive. Your employees will survive, and if you were worried about that, you shouldn't have made jokes like that in the first place. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, you might have thought that joke was okay, but that's the thing of having a platform that's run, it's run by YouTube, I guess, or someone on an organization, a company. It's not something that you should just really toy with all the time, because you do get in danger of a loss of income for a week. It was then quote retweeted by Harry. Oh dear. Harry then quote retweets us saying, just so we are clear, the Jews who think he was wrong to wish Shapiro be murdered in a second Holocaust are the white supremacists, which is a good point, because I was a bit unsure what he meant by his original tweet, saying it was just white supremacists that successfully lobbied YouTube to suspend him. I think YouTube just saw a infringement of their TOS and they acted on it. To be honest with you, that's how I see it. I could be wrong though, don't get me wrong. Ethan immediately claps back saying you can be offended by my joke and not be a white supremacist, obviously. I'm talking about a few usual suspects that pick these stories up, feign outrage, and activate their fans to mass report with the goal of punitive action. They and their fans don't care at all about what was said, which at the same time I understand. I actually see where he's coming from, because yes, I think there are a few usual suspects that seem to prop up every time something like this happens, whether it's to Ethan or other people on his side of politics. They pop up and they sort of immediately make it out like this is the worst thing to ever happen, where realistically this is I'd say fairly harmless offensive joke. You know what I mean? Yes, it offends, but I think it's, in the grand scheme of things, it is harmless, considering the fact that he is getting fueled with context. He's getting fueled by the fact that not only Kanye is tweeting things like, I am going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. That's crazy. It's not just a light joke. It's something that I can see a lot of people saying, I don't find that funny. Neither do I. I'm sure a lot of people don't find it funny. I think it really isn't a threat either, obviously. That's a lot of people have been saying that. It's like, oh, what a threat to make against Ben Shapiro. It's not a threat. It's an offensive joke, distasteful offensive joke. However, again, the word joke is still there. It's not like saying, in defense of Hitler, you know what I'm saying? This is the man who accused me of being anti-Semitic. And then a tweet from 2011. So this is where Ethan Klein starts digging up cancel culture shit, which I'm just like, dude, Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not someone to enjoy in delving into cancel culture like this. I think that it's weird. I think Ethan Klein was saying way worse stuff in after 2011. So I think it's very interesting to just, like, you know, come after him like this. Like, Ben Shapiro tweets in 2011, the Jewish people has always been plagued by bad Jews who undermine it from within. In America, those bad Jews largely vote Democrat. And then he says, this is the man who accused me of being anti-Semitic. Now, whether or not Ben Shapiro is saying something that he still stands by today is irrelevant. I think the fact that, and it's not something I'm going to talk about either, it's not a topic that I personally feel like my input matters at all. But I just think it's interesting how he is engaging in cancel culture so much for someone that is then complaining so much about being cancelled when he makes an offensive joke. You know what I'm saying? But again, he's engaging in this sort of cancel culture. So hey, Ben, so he says, if there were another Holocaust, I would hope that Ethan and his family escaped, but maybe that's just me. Hey, Ben, it's a joke. Do conservatives know what those are? And sure, in poor taste, but not as poor taste as you platforming anti-Semites who spread dangerous conspiracies that lead to real violence against Jews. That's the meaning of my joke, but of course you don't care about context. Yeah, again, like, at least he's admitting now it's in poor taste, but again, he's bringing up the platforming anti-Semites and stuff like that. But that's all where this all led. Anyway, that's the situation. But what I actually wanted to discuss today, so a YouTuber called Oggy RFC made a video discussing the topic just like I am now, but included the clip of Ethan Klein making the joke. Now, Ethan Klein's channel got a strike for harassment and bullying, which means only 7 days or so on the platform gone, and then he's back. But our Oggy RFC, remember, he's not the one who's saying the joke or anything, he's just showing the clip, was banned by YouTube because it violated their hate speech policy. Now, I can't tell if whoever was reviewing it gave a decision based on how they felt about the situation without actually realizing that Ethan Klein got a lesser sentence. Whether or not that's the case, I don't know. But many other YouTubers, including Philip DeFranco, included the clip in their videos in full, and they haven't received any age restriction or any bans of any kind. Maybe they were demonetized. I don't know. Nicholas Diorio here with a screenshot that says, this video has been removed for violating YouTube's policy on hate speech. Learn more about combating hate speech in your country. I just think it's interesting how Team YouTube made that sort of assumption that Oggy deserves to be banned for hate speech. But Ethan Klein, I mean, here's the clip here on Philip DeFranco's channel. This is still up as of now. Still up. Still got the clip going. I'm not going to play it. I don't want to get banned. I just think this is a very interesting topic, and I thought I'd talk about it just because it kind of was brought to my attention when I saw Oggy on the timeline. You know, I'm saying that he was banned. I thought, how are you banned? You just showed the clip. What? Apparently in the new TOS, it says that if you use a banned clip or a clip of a banned creator, you will also be breaking their terms of service, so you will receive a ban. However, that's not like he got a slap on the wrist or anything. He actually got worse than Ethan Klein. So maybe think whether you think it's just a moderating error at YouTube or if you just think that maybe YouTube's on a mad one. Anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you later.